If the guitar.
There we go, there you go.
I feel lighter than I have in so much time. I've crossed the borderline of weightless. One deep breath out from the sky. I've reached a rare height now that I can confirm. All our weight is just a burden offered to us by the world. And though I burn, how could I fall? And I am lifted by every word you say to me. If anything could fall at all, it's the world that falls away from me. You had me floating like a feather on the sea, while yours heavy as the world that you hold your hands beneath. Once I'd wondered what was holding up the ground, and I can see that all along it was you all the way down. Leave it now, I am skybound. If you need to, darling, lean your weight to me. We'll float away. But if we fall, I only pray, don't fall away from me. I do not have wings, love, I never will. Soaring over the world you are carrying. If these heights should bring my fall, let me be your own. I carry and carry. If the wind turns, if I hit a squall, allow the ground to find its brutal way to me. If I should fall on that day, I only pray, don't fall away from me.
let's get set here. Good evening, everybody, and I don't know if it's evening or good afternoon yet, but it's nice to see the sunshine and have that ray of warmth for us today. My name is Laura Mays. I work at Stoughton Health and have been here over 12 years now. And I think this is probably my 5th or 6th event here. I'm seeing this event, so I am very grateful to be here with you today. And I saw Ryan, and we both chuckled like we both could recognize each other after 5 years. So that was a good thing. But again, Ella, your music was beautiful, and again, thank you so much to the high school Madrigal Singers and Ryan for bringing your group over here today. It really does start our holiday season off, and it puts us in a frame of mind where we do want to remember and be thankful for everything that we have, and remember those people maybe that we don't have anymore. So again, it's my privilege to be part of this program and welcome you on behalf of the Partners of Stoughton Hospital. I believe this is your 31st year for doing this, so it's been quite a number of years that they've been bringing this to the community. Anybody here today that's been here all 31 years? I have a hand up, 2 hands up over here, so thank you for being part of this. That's huge. And then, does everybody have a program? I guess I should ask that, because I do know there's a few people handing out programs. If you need one, just put up your hand and someone will get you the program for today. I do want to acknowledge a few people that have been part of this and working so hard on this Love Light program. And on the back of your program, you'll see a committee. So again, this has happened 31 years in a row, and it just doesn't happen overnight, and it takes some time. So for those people that have been working on this, maybe if you could stand or raise your hand, and we want to give you a round of applause, and thank you for that. All right, so for those of you that may be here for your first time, how many of you are here for your first time? Just show me hands. Oh, we have quite a number, so thank you for joining us. In just a moment, we'll be lighting 3 trees to honor special people in our lives, to pay tribute to our military serving now and who have served our country in the past, and remembering in a memory of those loved ones and dear friends that have passed. I'm sure that there is a special feeling when we light those trees, and each of us has an individual memory during that time. So that's what this program is about. We're about to get started, and with that, I want to bring up, I'm looking around here, here we are, Father Thomas Kelly from St. Anne's Catholic Church. And if you join me up here, thank you.
God of light and life, in the darkness of winter, you bring cheer to our hearts with the lighting of these trees. May your light shine within our hearts throughout these days and fill us, I pray, with the hope of peace on earth and goodwill to all. Let your blessing rest upon each one here today, and especially these trees at Stoughton Hospital, that they may bring comfort to all of those who look upon them, especially for those who are separated from us this holiday season that we're remembering here tonight. I also pray that your Spirit might strengthen and protect our brothers and sisters in arms who tonight are deployed in lonely and dangerous parts of the world, sacrificing so much to achieve a measure of that peace we seek, to sustain them and their families in those difficult times. Make us all, I pray, instruments of you that are more perfect for peace in this world, where there would be no more hatred, that there would be love, where there's injury, pardon, where there's doubt, faith, where there's despair, hope, where there's darkness, light, and where there's sadness, joy. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. Amen.
Hello, everybody. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Dan DeGroot, and I have had the privilege of being the CEO here for, I'm in my 6th year now. And it's been a very interesting 6 years, I got to tell you, especially the last 3. While it's sometimes a complicated, stressful time to be in healthcare, the thing I like about this event the most, I must have grown since last year. I like that. No, I come to this event at the end of a day, and I always leave this event with a sense of calmness and a feeling of peace, but most of all, a feeling of gratitude and thankfulness for everything I have in my life, for the grandchildren I honor each year at this event. And that's a really good way to end the day. So I always look forward to the wonderful music, getting to meet all of you. I want to thank you for coming. I want to wish all of you a happy holiday greeting on behalf of Stoughton Health, and enjoy the evening.
Thanks, Dan. All right, so I think right now I'd like to introduce two of our partners, Claudia Quam and Mary Haley, and they'll be doing the reading of the names, and then in between, right after the military, I know we'll have another performance here with Ryan's group from the Matter Group. So Claudia and Mary.
In honor, all my children, Carly and Michael Arts, Leo, Saucy, Isaac and Callie DeGroot, Georgia Geiger, Laura Mays, Jane Marquardt, Melanie Miller, Partners of Stoughton Hospital Board, Linda Schaefer, Dr. Aaron Schwab, Stoughton Health Employees, Stoughton Health Family, Stoughton Health Infusion Center nurses, Stoughton Health Wound Clinic staff, Catherine Warren.
At this time, I'd like to read the names for in recognition of military service. All U.S. veterans and families. Richard Byans, Ronald L. Buss, Walter W. Furseth, Albert and Odelia Gibbs, Robert Howard Gibbs, Lyle Haugen, Gary Johnson, Seth Johnson, Lieutenant Colonel Julie Kellum, retired, Lieutenant Colonel Robert Kellum, retired, David Hunter Markle, Irvin Showers.
God,
was beautiful. Thank you. So it's my privilege to introduce a special guest, Sarah Endicott. And Sarah is a nurse practitioner, board certified in geriatrics and psychiatric mental health nursing. We are very fortunate to have her working here with us in inpatient geri psych department. And I'm just going to turn it over to Sarah, and she can tell you more about herself and give us a message here today. So thanks for being here today, Sarah.
Hello, everyone. I'm very happy to be here. This is my first time attending this event, and it's absolutely beautiful. I have a madrigal. My daughter is in the madrigals in New Glarus, and I don't want to tell her that your costumes are a lot nicer than ours. Oh, sorry. Okay, how's that? Better? Okay. Obviously, this is the holiday season, and while it's often a time of joy, it can be challenging for many. So today, I'd like to talk about how we can support groups of people that might have a particularly hard time at the holidays. And so I'm going to talk briefly about people who are struggling with their mental health, those that are bereaved, and caregivers of people living with dementia. You might be seeing friends and family members for the first time in a while over the holidays, and you might notice some changes. You might notice a family member's changes in mood, sleep, or appetite. You might notice a family member acting out of character, maybe isolating, having challenges with their relationships, or struggling with low self-esteem. These all can be signs of mental health problems, and it's important to be aware of them. How can we help people struggling with mental health? First, always go towards the person. When someone's struggling, it's important to reach out and be present. Sometimes all someone needs to know is that they're not alone. Be an active listener. Lend your ear without judgment. Affirm what the person is saying and don't contradict their experience. And please don't be afraid to ask direct questions. It shows that you understand where they're coming from, and it lets them know that they can open up with you and be honest. Empathy is so important. When offering support, avoid minimizing feelings or giving advice. Sometimes people just want someone to understand. That advice also holds true for people who are grieving at the holidays. The holidays are a time for family gatherings, and grief can be acute when there's someone missing from the table. Unfortunately, grief is a universal human condition, yet each grieving person's path is different. Probably the most helpful thing you can do for a grieving person at the holidays is to talk about their loved one. Honor their memory. Make space for them. Maybe share holiday stories about that person. Make their favorite meal or one of their favorite recipes. Light a candle or say a prayer in their memory. And some traditions just might be too difficult, and we have to be willing to adjust the plan, even at a moment's notice. And don't forget the bereaved after the holidays have ended. The most difficult times for people struggling with grief or mental health problems is immediately after the holidays. Finally, I want to talk about people living with dementia and their caregivers. Unless you've been a caregiver yourself, it's hard to understand that role. I personally have not been a caregiver, but I've talked with hundreds or more of them in my clinical role over the last 15 years. It is truly a 24-hour job, and people don't stop being caregivers when that person living with dementia moves to a memory care unit or a nursing home. I want to acknowledge that there can be a lot of joy in caring for someone living with dementia. It's not all hard. But the stresses that do have an impact on caregivers put them at risk for anxiety, depression, chronic pain, and even a shortened life. What I hear almost all the time from caregivers is that they feel isolated. Even when they have family support, they are not always supported in the way that they need. Sometimes the person living with dementia can rally or do really well at the holidays. And then family members who live far away might discount the challenges of a caregiver. When visiting family members who are caregivers, listen to them, believe their day-to-day struggles, and step in to offer some respite, even if it's only for a short time. There are other challenges for caregivers at the holidays. Gatherings can be really overstimulating for a person living with dementia, so both that person and their caregiver might have to miss out. It can also be hard to travel with the person, and it might be hard for them to stick to rigid plans or to gather in faraway destinations. So again, reach out, be flexible, don't wait to be asked. Stop in and help out. Offer to sit with the person with dementia to let the caregiver do their Christmas shopping or maybe just take a nap. Drop off a meal or just spend time with them. Perhaps you could offer transportation to an event and be willing to leave early, again, or at a moment's notice. Rather than big family gatherings, it's helpful to have one family visit at a time. Most importantly, listen to the caregiver, acknowledge their needs, and tell them they're doing a good job. So thank you so much for this opportunity to talk about people who need our love and support more than ever at the holidays. Let's take care of ourselves and each other. And I want to say, if you're struggling with your mental health, you are not alone. People care about you and want to help. And for those of us who are grieving someone, let's be gentle with ourselves. Thank you.
And I'm going to be reading the names in memory. Alma Alba, Wilma and Elvin Anderson Sr., Deanna Miller Appelans, Joe, Stella, Bob, and Lisa Bell, Lucille Byer, Daryl and Leaf Bell, Harold and Henrietta Berge, William Black, David and Susan Christensen, Edna Cloutier, Christopher Kit Damson, Vince Deneen, Eileen Dickman, Curtis and Lucille Dixon, Adam Doom, Leona Ely, Richard Erdahl, Pat Erickson, Betty and Earl Erickson, Sydney and Ruth Erickson, Tanner Falligant, family members, family and friends, Leanne Fighter, Leander and Alda May Filio, Truman and Mary Femright, Gerald Olaf Fostel, Patricia Frank, Barbara Frisky, Roger N. Fursep, Robert A. Fursep, Brandon Geiger, Earl and Ethel Gibbs, Esther and Paul Gibbs, Mary Brady, Phil Grefsheim, Joanne Grefsheim.
Lorraine Halverson, Jim and Lillian Harvey, Lyman and Christine Hawkinson Sr., Philip D. Hawkinson, Lonnie R. Haney, Elmer and Emma Hellam, Dolores Hellam, Doris Helmke, Albert and Eleanor Hemmersbach, Aaron Howard, Christy Hund, James Janig, Marion Johnson, Evelyn Call, Lori and Terry Kiss, loved ones, Wayne Mertz, Philip Manson, George and Audrey Miller, Dr. Mike Miller, Eleanor Hellam Neath, Ann D. Nelson, Janet Nelson, Paul N. Nelson, Roy and Nora Nelson Sr., Howard O. and Roy Nelson Jr., Adam Nodstad, Mr. and Mrs. Edwin Olson, William P. Olson, Orvin and Lila Olson, Alfred and Georgine Kwan, Mr. and Mrs. Joseph Rendula, Eric Michael Reese, Janet Nelson Riley, Conrad and Gladys Ring, Eugene Ring.
Alvin and Clara Rorvig, Cal and Audrey Schneller, Timothy Schnese, Dave and June Schwartz, David Severson, Gail and Obert Stickelstead, Kendall Strandley, John Strandley Jr., Jerry Sumwalt, Mitchell Zubert, George Thody, Diane Weber,
Richard and Dorothy Weber, Anna Mae and Ernest Worsland, Richard Worsland, Lillian Worsland, Peter and Elizabeth Worsland, Al and Gail Wollenzine, James and Marilyn Wood, Corlin Wonderland, Fritz Yond, Richard Ingsdahl.
Well, this is going to bring our program to a close. And on behalf of the Partners of Stoughton Hospital and Stoughton Health, I'd like to thank everybody for joining us today and acknowledging and remembering those special people in our lives. A special thank you goes out to Ryan and the Stoughton High School Madrigal Singers. Thank you for being here. You were lovely. And our inspirational leaders, Father Thomas Kelly and Dan DeGroot, our president of Stoughton Health. Thank you. Claudia and Mary, our name readers, so thank you. You did a great job. And Sarah, for your very powerful message. I took a lot of tips and notes, and I think you'll make many holidays better for many, many people. I've seen a lot of head shaking, so thank you for being here. And I think WSTO, who's in back here, Jordan came with her equipment, and I believe it'll be on. I don't know how long it'll take to get out there, but if you want to watch this again, check out WSTO. So thank you for being here. So I want to again thank the partners and the staff of Stoughton Health. There was a lot of people moving around here trying to bring out chairs and podiums and get things set up, and we have a lot of treats in the back, so make sure that you grab some coffee, water, cookies, and all that good stuff that's back there. And then I know that the partners also have a ornament that everybody who participated and was part of the program, I know they want you and welcome you to take an ornament. And where are those ornaments? They're right over here by the door. I see a lot of finger pointing. So make sure that we get those to you, or you grab one on the way out. Again, thank you for being here and attending today. I know that I'm speaking on behalf of the partners, but it's been said that all the twinkling lights, hopefully that brings you a new spirit of love, kindness, and joy throughout the season. So again, thank you for being here. And